Yeah, we live. We live. Good
All
afternoon,
right.
everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Dr. Anthony Latson, this is my beautiful wife, Dr. Kim Latson. And I
Good
got a question for you.
afternoon. Hmm.
Got a question for you. Have you ever thought about what it takes to have a best-selling book? You ever had a question that's saying, how can I make my book sell more copies instead of just giving it to my friends and my family? We just want to let you know that there's three top ways you can make your book a bestseller. But we're just going to have a conversation because a lot of people asking us the question, how can they make their book a bestseller? Even their books they already sold already, they're saying, how can I make my book a bestseller? Because we've been helping authors, write their books, sell their books, become a published author. Because the difference
Yeah.
between an author and somebody who writes a book is that they have a plan. So now we're going to
Say
help you
that again.
understand the difference between an author and somebody who writes a book.
Hmm.
Somebody who writes a book just writes.
Hmm.
And the person who wants to be an author and is an author, he is a person that has a plan.
All right.
So we're just going to give you the top three ways you can make your book a best-selling book. And we're just going to have a conversation today. We just want to
Yeah.
give back and help people on whatever steps they're at, on whatever level they're at, so that they can have a better way or a better understanding of how to make the book a bestseller. So let's
Absolutely. I
just
think.
let's start the
Okay.
conversation.
All right. No, I mean, I think it's good because this is something that we're something we do in private. Like we have our clients and we help them write their book and we help them produce a best-selling book in different formats and stuff. So this is good. So let's just talk. Let's just talk and be able to help those who are looking to write a book, become authors, and share their message. Because I think this can work too, which is sharing your message. So yeah.
Yeah,
So what's number one? Mm-hmm.
no. Oh, you want to go straight to number one? Okay, go straight to
No,
number one
you was
because
going. No, you was going to say something. I was just saying there are people out here who maybe they're not writing a book, but this could work too with just sharing a message, right? And I think all of us, if you're in the space of entrepreneurship, you're a coach, you're a speaker, you're a trainer, a content developer, this is going to help you in your business in every area of your life when you are connecting with people.
absolutely, because a lot of people they want to write a book, they don't know
Yep.
where to start. A lot of people they say I have a book, but it's not selling. A lot of people saying my book is selling, but people ask me questions about the book. I don't even understand the question that they're asking me. So those are the three things that you wrote the book, but you don't understand how to promote the book. You understand how to monetize the book. So those are questions that our clients are asking us, and they ask us, and those potential clients are asking the same questions that the clients are asking. And it's like a different level. You got to get the different level of understanding. So that's
Yeah.
why we just want to give back because you just brought up another topic we could talk about later on is a
Hmm.
message. And that's
Oh
the
yeah.
key. You got to have a
Yeah.
message. Because,
Yes.
dude, like I said, anybody can write a book.
Yep.
My 10-year-old daughter can write a book. Your 6-year-old son can write a book. But do they have to understand on how to format the book? Do they have to
Mm.
understand on how to put the framework together to make the book cohesive, a single thought, or multiple thoughts with a good outcome for the
Mhm.
for the reader to achieve something. So
Yeah.
if it's a nonfiction, that means it's true. If it's a fiction, that means it's not true.
Mhm.
So if it's fiction, you can write whatever you want to write. You can write
Mhm.
a novel, you can write a horror story, you can write a thriller.
Mhm.
It's a framework, but it's not really anything that you have to really go in the frame, like it's a main frame. But if you're doing like a how-to book or a book on telling somebody how you overcome when it
Yeah.
inspires somebody, there's a framework that if you go with this framework, you will have people asking you the questions. Ah, that was really good. That touched my heart. Oh man, how do you explain chapter one in your book? Since
Mhm.
you already know what you've written in chapter one in the framework, you can just rattle off and say, "This is what I meant. This is what I meant. This is how you can overcome. This is how you can make this and that."
Mhm.
It's your book and it's your message. Since it's your book
Absolutely.
and your message, you understand what you wrote in the book.
Wow, I think that's key, and we may end up having to do another one of these because when you said right? The framework, because one of the number one mistakes that people make is that they just say, okay, I have this book and I have this information that I want to share with people, and they just put all the information in the book and they just dump it in the book without that framework. And so when you realize the reader, we don't just need information dumped at us, but having that framework, really that's that plan, right? That you talked about. What's the difference between those who just write a book and those who are authors? They have a plan, they have that framework, they are strategically planning and meeting the need of the audience. So yeah, so I think this is good. We have to do more of this. Are we recording this? This is
Yeah, we
good.
record. It's being recorded. It's
Okay.
being recorded. 'Cause, what I said we're talking about? We're talking about these are the top 3 ways you can make your book or your next book a bestseller.
Okay.
So let's just go straight to number one. Go straight to number one. Because we could be talking all day and give you 10, 15 tips. And then you go back, what was number 6? I don't remember 6. I know what tip number 7 was, but we ain't gonna go all the way that way because I want to give you something short and memorable so you can implement it if you're writing a book or when you write your next book. So number one, develop a compelling and unique story. Develop a compelling and unique story. So like I said, if you're writing a book, you might just want to write what's on the top of your head. Oh, I want to write about XYZ and XYZ mean ABC in somebody else's life, and that can help. That can help you overcome insomnia. Yeah, but what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a story? Did you put a story with that? Is it a compelling story? Is it a unique story unto you that you can tell somebody that this is how I overcame this situation? This is something that can help you overcome your situation because I overcame mine, and I'm gonna give you the route and the blueprint on how to overcome yours. You gotta develop that compelling story. Like the story I always tell my clients about my father. When I met my father, I was like 10 years old, met him for the first time, and we grew in a relationship. We had a love-hate relationship. You say love-hate? You just met your father. Yeah, love-hate relationship because before then I was really, a little kid, not knowing what to do, and didn't want to have no what do you call that? Discipline. I do what I want. Then my father came in, and he was like, "Okay, we gotta do it this way. You don't do it this way, smack it. Not even a smack, just beat it." I'm telling the truth. That's my story. You got to tell
That was
my
good. That's
story.
that's how they raised us back in the day. You spoke back to your parents.
Spoke back to them, smack you in the mouth. So it was a love-hate relationship. I loved them, but I hated all that discipline. So one day, came home from school and came in the house. I was feeling good, and then, looking for my father, and then I looked, he's on the ground. I think he's exercising because he's my height. So he's my
Yeah.
kind of big guy. He was a boxer. So he's on the ground. So I ain't paid no mind. Made my sandwich, went in my room, came back out. He's still on the ground. So after a while, I'm like, what's going on? So I went over there, looked, he's still on the ground and he's not moving. Oh, shoot, yeah, something wrong. And come to realize he had a heart attack. I'm trying to figure out what should I what should I do? What should I do? I'm trying to do CPR and I'm not remembering what to do. And I'm calling my mother and telling her to call 911. I'm trying to do CPR. I can't remember what to do because the week before, if anybody's my age, Punky Brewster TV show. They had a show on how to do CPR, and our friend Sherry was trapped in a refrigerator, and he got her out the refrigerator and did CPR on her. I was like, I can remember that, but I didn't remember it. I was frozen and realized what to do. I'm doing the CPR, and I'm looking, and I'm trying to do it. No avail. Make a long story short, he passed away. And that made me feel so bad for the next, I say, 10 years, blaming myself, not remembering what to do, forgetting stuff, and blaming myself on doing what I didn't know how to do, or not knowing what to do when I saw what to do would be before. I didn't pay attention. I just paid attention. If I just paid attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
telling people, pay attention to the little things in your life because you never know when it might be taken away from
Wow.
you. That's one story that you can just have and keep
Yeah.
on going with it and take it on different areas,
Yeah. Yeah.
training, teaching, coaching. A lot of people say, oh, that touched me. Oh, that touched my life. Oh, that happened to me. This and that. At the time, wasn't even thinking about what a story is.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking about it's a unique story for me because I
Yeah.
experienced it.
Wow.
So that's what a unique story is. And if you develop that unique story, you could put it in a book. You put it in
And
a book. You could put it in a book and make multiple streams of revenue. Not income,
mm-hmm.
revenue. 'Cause income is
Mm-hmm.
just coming in. Revenue is going all around, going out, coming back in, going out, coming back in. What was you going to
Mm-hmm.
say?
No, that's powerful. And so I just want to highlight again what you just demonstrated was the point that we just made is to develop a story, right? And one of our mentor told us, listen, you never make a point without a story. You never tell a story without a point. And so your point, as you illustrated to us, was, hey, pay attention. And that point of pay attention, you kind of captivated us with your story about your father and what happened. And that's what we're saying, what you should do uh in your book, what authors should do in their book is, again, write down the points. You have the information, right? So write down the points you have in your book that you want to share with the people, and add a story to every point that you make. Now, this can be in your book, this could be in your message, this could be in whatever it is, you sharing your message in this book with the world. You want to have that story, because what the story what you just said, kind of, okay, we paid attention, we listened to you, we wanted to know what's the outcome, what happened to your father, how did it happen? So only to get the point, pay attention. And that story not only highlighted that point, but it will stay with your audience. It will go into their spirit and into their minds. Yeah.
And that's the key.
Yeah.
Once you get into that person's heart that's reading that story, they're going to be connected. Once they're connected, they're going to say, well, what's the outcome? Like my wife said, what's the outcome? Pay attention. Pay attention. I pay attention. I pay attention to that story. And since you pay attention to that story, you can lead them to the next level of your book, or the next level of your thought, or the next level of your teaching, because you got them to pay attention to you and they know your story. So number
That's
two,
right. Hold on. And then, all right, hold on. If they're writing down, you guys are taking notes. If you guys are taking notes, because you just said something, you said, write down, your story is what connects you to the audience. Stories makes connections. So if you're listening to this, know that stories make connections to your people, to your audience, to those your clients. Stories are the things that will make connections. So they bridge that gap, right? So go ahead. I'm sorry. You go number two.
you go number two, but this is good because
Yeah.
I want to help as many people. My goal
Yeah.
this year is to help 1,000 people or 1,000 authors get their message out. And one way to get their message out is in a book. So that's why we doing this. That's the
Yeah.
goal. And not only a goal, that's what we're going to achieve. If you set a goal, that means you try and achieve it. But we are going to do it. Say we're going to do it. So we're going to get 1,000 authors or people who want to become authors write their best-selling book.
Yes. Yes.
That's what we're doing. We put it out there.
hmm
So number two, know your audience. You can take this. Know your audience. What does know your audience mean?
Well, I mean, again, knowing who you're serving, and on a deeper level, knowing know their pain. What's challenges do they have? What problems do they have? What issues do they have? Because really your book and your message is going to be there to help them solve that problem, to help them meet that need. And so you just say, hey, my audience is the world. Well, then you know what, you can't hit the whole world needs, right? But what look at your book or look at your message. what area is it? Are you speaking to Christians? Are you speaking to parents? Are you speaking to children? Are you speaking to entrepreneurs? Are you speaking to speakers? I mean, be specific. And once you have identified this is my audience that I'm speaking to, you ask yourself the question, what are their needs? What do they want? What are their roadblocks? What are their challenges? What do they want? And you begin to speak to their needs, you begin to speak to the things they want, and you offer them a solution. You offer them, a avenue that's going to help them get from point A, from where they are to where they want to be.
That's
You
it.
can go ahead. Yeah.
That's it. Because when you know your audience will know you.
Ooh, that's good. Okay. There you got that. That's a right down. That's a right down moment. You know your audience. Your audience will know you. Ooh, that's powerful right there. I'm writing
Yeah,
that.
because stick a pin in it right there. Get your pen, write that down. When you know your audience know you. Because if you know your audience, what their heartbeat is, what their pain point, you're giving too much information now, but I don't care. We're going to give the information because I want 1,000 people to come and say, Dr. Lanson, Dr. Kim, can you help me? Can you help me write my book? Can you help me be a bestseller? Sure, absolutely, no problem. Once you know your audience know you because you know their pain points, you know their issues, you know their challenges, because your message is going to attract those who have your pain and your issues that you overcame. I'm gonna say it again. You're going to attract those who had your issues and your pains, and since you overcame them, they're attracted to you because they want to be or have the same success you had. Because you overcame it, you're going to teach them how to overcome. That's what you can put in your book. That's what you can put in your webinars. That's what you can put in your trainings and your teachings, how to overcome the issues and challenges you overcame. So once you know your audience know you, that's when you can start teaching and training, and your book become a bestseller.
That's right. That's right.
Number three, you ready for number three?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. 'Cause
Let's do number three. Let's do number three. You've been on here 17 minutes already. I don't want to do over 20 minutes. I know some people are like, man, this is long, but it's
Yeah,
good. I know it's good. I know it's good. So number three, effective marketing and promotions. Effective marketing and promotions. Once you have that compelling and unique story, once you understand your audience or you know your audience and your audience know you, you got to have effective marketing and promotions. What does that mean? It doesn't mean, oh, I'm going to look for what's the people? Schulman,
Simon and Schuster.
yeah, Simon and Schuster. I'm gonna go to them and I'm gonna give them my book and they're gonna sell my book and I'm gonna make $1 million. Yeah, but they gotta approve your book first. You gotta ask them for permission to sell your book. That's good if that's the way you want to go. Or you can go to Amazon and say, I'm gonna put my book on Amazon. Do you know the average self-published author that put their book on Amazon, they sell less than 500 books? Not even less than five,
Say
maybe
that again.
more than we can hit. The average author or
Yeah.
self-publisher that put their book on Amazon, they sell less than 500 books. And the majority sell less than 50 books because they sell it to their mama, their papa, their friends. The dog might even buy a book. And they say, oh, my book ain't selling because you don't have that
Yeah.
effective marketing and promotions. How you gonna promote your book? Oh, I'm gonna go to all my friends and family, tell them to buy my book. I'm putting it on Facebook. I'm putting it over here. I'm putting it on YouTube, and I'm gonna sell my book. I'm gonna make $1 million. You don't have that effective marketing. You can make $1 million. You can make more than $1 million just selling your book. A lot of people say you can't make money selling. Yes, you can if you have that effective marketing and promotions. It's two: marketing and promotions. And if you know the key on how to do that, you can sell over $1 million just your book. Even if you sell your book for $1, this is a little thing we're gonna tell you. If you sell your book for $1, you can make over $1 million selling that book. You're not gonna give me that right now, but you can make over $1 million selling your book for $1. And if you stay here watching us, going through these teachings and trainings that we're gonna give to you for free, we'll show you how to make $1 million selling that book for $1. To put, let me put it like this: the potential, because you got to put in the work.
Yeah, yeah,
The potential to
yeah.
make $1,000,000 selling your book for $1.
Mhm.
If you follow us and keep on learning what we're going to teach you on how to, to be a bestseller or make your next book a bestseller,
Mhm.
effective marketing and promotions. What you got to
That's
say?
good. Yeah, no, I like it. That's good. That's good. That's good. And you know, the thing is this really, and the reason why we're doing this because we want the people. There are people who are waiting for you. They're waiting to read your book. They're waiting to hear your message. They're ready to hear your story. Right? Some of us, maybe you're writing you know, a book about your life and your experience. There are people who are connected to that, and so we want to help you get that out and get it out in a way that you can be successful. And so, as you said, Anthony, Dr. Latson, listen, it'll work if you work it. And so, we're going to continue to give you strategies and steps and tools and things that you can use to help you develop your book. So, I'm excited about it. I'm excited for you.
I'm excited too. I know there's some
Yeah,
people watching this right now. Be like, "Oh, that makes a whole lot of sense. I can start writing my book now."
yeah,
We want to be a catalyst to help you start, help you keep going, and help you finish. Because once you start, you're going to keep going, and once you keep going, you will finish, even if you don't keep on following us. But we'll help you on that journey to finish what you start.
absolutely.
Until next
There it
time, watch out for us. We're going to keep on sharing all this information, not only just how to be a bestseller, but how to craft your message. So,
Yes.
until next time, this is Dr. Anthony Latson, Dr.
Dr.
Kim
Kim.
Latson, your empowerment mentors, saying, see you